Do you miss being a student? Do you miss being a student? Yes, I do sometimes. I miss being a student, especially when I meet old friends from the soccer club. So, my school days, especially my high school, were actually one of the happiest memory in my life. And so, sometimes I miss being a student. ごめんなさい、さっき一回切れちゃいましたよね。ちょっともう一回やり直してます。Sorry so much. Yes, I do sometimes. I'd say I miss being a student a couple times a year, especially when I meet old friends from the soccer club. My school days, especially my high school years, were some of the happiest times of my life. Whenever I see those friends again, I'm reminded how carefree and enjoyable that time was. So that naturally makes me miss being a student. いいですね。How did you feel about all right. Oh my gee. Do you miss being a student? Yes, I do sometimes. I miss being a student, especially when I meet old friends from the soccer club. So my school days, especially my high school years, were some of the happiest memory of my life. Um, so actually, that memories reminds me how carefree uh, the memorable that time was. So that naturally makes me remembered.
I'd place this at about a band 6.5.
Yeah,
Some
exactly.
fluency, but also
Yes, they do
hesitations.
sometimes. I just miss being a student a couple times a year, especially when I meet the old friend from the soccer club. My school days, especially my high school years, were some of the happiest time of my life. Okay. Whenever I see those friends again, I'm reminded of how carefree and enjoyable that time was. Whenever I see those friends again, I'm reminded of how carefree and enjoyable that time was.
This is closer to a band 8. You spoke fluently and naturally, and your grammar was much more accurate.
Whenever I see those whenever I see those friends again, I'm reminded of how carefree and enjoyable that time was. That naturally makes me miss being a student. All right, that naturally makes me miss being a student. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? All right. Do you miss being a student? Yes, I do sometimes miss being a student a couple of times of year, especially when I meet an old friend from the soccer club. So that reminds me. So whenever I see those friends again, that reminds me how carefree and enjoyable that time was. So that is why that makes naturally makes me miss being a student.
I'd place this at about a band 7.
Thank
Had
you.
good fluency and overall
Are you
structure.
thinking about changing jobs shortly?
Are you thinking about またこれかよ。やったさっき。I'm not thinking about changing job in the near future because I run my own business. So actually, I'm much more interested in like continuing to develop my own company. So in my first job, I didn't find my job quite challenging because there weren't many challenges. So whereas my current job pushes me to grow, so that's why I'm much more satisfied with what I do now.
This response is around a band 7. You did well with coherence and vocabulary, but there were a
Do
few
you miss being a student?
What?
Yeah.
I already answered, motherfucker.
What are challenging aspects of your study?
Okay, for me, taking enough time is the most important and difficult for me. Cause I run my own business, so our work tend to come first. So especially like I usually use most of my time for working, rather than spending time for my family, friends, something like that. So for me, taking a lot of time and enough time is a really crucial, but it's really difficult.
I'd estimate that around a band 6.5.
Oh.
You had clear ideas, but there was some repetition and a few minor inaccuracies like 4 instead.
Alrighty, I'd say the biggest challenge is making enough time to study. Since I'm a business owner, work tend to come first, especially because my income can be a little bit unstable. I often spend most of my time working, which means I have less time for my friend, my family, motherfucker, and even my English studies. So for me, the hardest part is setting aside time to study consistently. So for me, the hardest part is setting aside time to study consistently. I'd say the biggest challenge is making enough time to study. Since I'm a business owner, work tends to come first, especially because my income can be a little bit unstable. I often spend most of my time working, which means I have less time for my friend, my family, and even my English studies. So for me, the hardest part is setting aside time to study consistently. Thank you so much. I'd say the biggest challenge is making enough time to study since I'm a business owner, worked into campus, especially because my income can be a little bit unstable. I often spend most of my time working, which means I have less time for my friend, my family, and even my English studies. So for me, the hardest part is setting aside time to study consistently.
Do you prefer to study in the morning or the afternoon?
I prefer studying in the morning because I can focus better at that time. So, if I study at the night or the afternoon, I usually get tired really easily and also like can't focus at all. And so that's why I prefer to study in the morning. っていう感じでいいんじゃないですか? Do you prefer to study in the morning or the afternoon? I prefer to study morning because I can focus better at the time. So if I study at the night or the afternoon, so I usually get tired really easily and also like can't focus at all. So that's why I prefer to study in the morning.
I'd place that around a band 7. Your reasoning was clear, though there were some slight slips, like if I
Do you
study
use
at
any
night.
technology when you study?
Yes, I do. I usually use ChatGPT for improving my speaking skills. So there is a lot of like English conversation service, but most of them are expensive. Uh, but like ChatGPT is completely free, which is really helpful for me. So that's why I usually use the ChatGPT.
I'd say this is around a band 7. You communicated your ideas well.
Do you use any technology? What do you usually do on weekends?
What do you usually do on weekends? I usually work. Yeah, これ違うな. I usually work on weekends. I run company, so my income is closely tied to how much I work, and I rarely take time off. I actually find it exciting to push myself while I'm still young and expand the scope of what I can do. So that's sort of what I mean.
I'd rate that around a band 7. Your fluency was pretty solid, and you connected your ideas well. To reach 8 plus, just smooth out a few small phrases like expand the scope of what I can do with a bit more precision.
Damn, これしかも覚えないといけないんだよな. I have lesson for like English learning, but like I need to do it because like how should I do that?
Do you think weekends are long enough?
Still have the 45 answer. So. Okay, I need to like plan today. Yes. Speaking. No way. It's not. It's not. So spend almost like 1 hour. I'm not sure about it, but like probably only like 30 minutes or 40 minutes. And朝活で英会話 Yep, yep, yep. But like I mean, like it's not like for improving. Yes, it's just like saying, and I'm saying, you know, I'm saying. I just thought teach mercy